more. Now this batch, I'm not sure if she put her foot or her whole body in it, but this batch, when I tell you, hi guys, welcome back to Naya's News. This is the channel where I report news about my life while being open, honest, and transparent as much as possible. So as you guys can see by today's title, I'm going to be doing another story time video of the time that I tried weed brownies in college. And before you guys are like, what? Listen, I'm reformed. I was in a ratchet phase in college and I was just lit. So yeah, this is my past life. Think of it that way. Okay, so I started college in 2013, graduated May of 2017. So this particular time was senior week in college. So I'm not sure if you guys know, but senior week generally is just this week, I want to say the week before or the week of graduation, and they have different activities for seniors, parties, and everybody just be getting lit. So this particular incident, me and my really good friend, not going to say their name, we decided to just try weed brownies, you know? And I'm not really sure how that idea even came to be like, yes, we gonna do this. Like, we came up with a list and picked that one. Don't really know the particulars. But we knew this girl that made weed brownies on campus. So we was like, okay, let's just hit her up and see how this is gonna go. And looking back on it, I am just glad that my head is still attached to my fucking... Ooh, excuse me. I'm just glad that my head is still attached to my shoulders. Because when I told y'all I was lit... Oh, okay, so let me tell you guys the story. Let me tell you guys the story. So, we hit up this girl. It was senior week. Everybody was getting lit. And then we hit up this girl and told her we wanted some weed brownies. And mind you, a little bit of background, I didn't really think, I knew it would be brownies, duh, but I didn't think it would be that potent and that, like, lit to get me like, but nonetheless, we tried this. She brought weed brownies. She had, what is it? The chick had a whole business. She had the weed brownies. She had the Rice Krispie treat. She had the Fruity Pebbles little snap. She was lit. She had an assortment of different options. So we tried the weed brownies. We took one bite and was just like, oh, okay. We took another. Okay, and then we started walking down. We started walking up the hill, I think, to the cafeteria. And when I tell y'all, that hill feels like it's like 10 New York City blocks up a hill. And mind you, you see me, I don't work out. So on top of me being high and then walking up a hill, that just wasn't a sight to see. So when we were trying it, we was on our way up to, we was roaming around the campus anyway, because everybody was out. Like, everybody was on in front of their dorms, chilling, blasting music. Like, it was lit. It was the vibes. So we decided to walk up the hill to another dorm that was near the cafeteria, and we was trying to catch the cafeteria before it closed, because at this point we had the munchies. I never understood when people be like, when I get high, I'm dumb hungry. Like, I never understood that part, because it's just like, what about it makes you so hungry? Now I understand. Oh, and self-disclaimer, only tried it once. No thank you, wasn't for me, because I'll get to that part. So we were trying it and it was cool. Then we was just like, I like the way this felt. I'm not sure how to describe the feeling, but I like the way it felt. So we were trying it, and then the girl had came back, because she had did whatever she had to do on the other side of the campus, and came back and brought us more. Now this batch, I'm not sure if she put her foot or her whole body in it, but this batch, when I tell you, I sat on the hill like this. Like that. I was just like, oh. When I tell you, that batch made me feel like I was in another universe. like, I'm not even sure if I was on planet Earth, because the way I was feeling, I felt like I was floating on a cloud, but the cloud was like real fluffy and it was so relaxing. Then it was just like we were lit, and when I tell you, after that second batch, we ordered pizza. I know the Domino's worker was looking at us like, I mean, the Domino's delivery driver was looking at us like, what the hell is wrong with these chicks? We was high. So I remember, and then that's the thing, I remember my sister called me because my sister needed to know, because the next day was graduation. Yeah, the next day was graduation. And I want to say I remember my sister calling me to figure out how the parking was going to be set up, because at that time they gave us, everybody and anybody could come to the graduation, but particularly they gave me 2 parking passes, like for 2 cars. So I think my mother drove, and I think somebody else had my parking pass. I don't even remember that part, but yeah. So they were trying to figure out how that was gonna work. I told her, when I tell you, and she FaceTimed me and she knew something was up. And I'm like, and that's the thing for me. I'm not a good liar. Like I get no, cause then I start squirming. And then I'm like, what? What I gotta lie to you for? So when I was telling my sister what was happening, she was like, oh my gosh. And I don't even remember if she was at my house or she was at her house. But nonetheless, when I tell you, I got so panicky after that. But then, after I hung up the phone, I was relaxed again, and I tried more weed. So it was just very eventful. And then now, fast graduation day. I'm not even sure how I got up. Like what was going through my head. Like, and I remember thinking, please don't let my mother see me high. Please, because, oh my, graduation, that was going to be death sentence today. Like, oh, I was just like, please. So then what happened was the hill, we was up, the way they had us, my graduation class march, it was like we met at the auditorium, and then there's like a hill and stairs that leads in front of the chapel, and then the chapel, I went to a Catholic college, the chapel, in front of the chapel there's stairs, and then you walk down those stairs to the lawn. When I tell you, I felt like I was like, my limbs was loose. But walking down that hill, don't even get me started. When I got to those stairs, bruh, I was just like, yo, I'm never doing this again. And I never did it, but still, I'm never doing this again. When my mother saw me, granted I was late. I was like a girl graduating. I was the first in my immediate family to graduate with my bachelor's. So I was already on like cloud 9. Not because of the weed though, but just because that was an accomplishment for me. So I was lit, dancing, walking down. People was saying my name. It was hilarious. So now fast forward, we sitting down, and me and my friend who I did the weed brownies with, we playing pool, because the president of my school was not talk. I felt like at this point it's just like, dude, well, come on now, come on. They did say the graduation was going to be 4 hours, but I didn't really think that, because I thought 4 hours including us walking down, the speeches, the walking out, the getting the degree, all of that. I didn't think that through. But when I tell y'all, I was lit. I was lit. And, ooh, I just thought about it. I'm not even sure if my mother knows this story. It's still going on YouTube, sorry. But my sister do. I can blame her. So when I was done, I was just like, and then the thing is, I saw the girl that like gave us the weed brownies and everything. She had to be making money that night, because people was lit off of other stuff. People was lit on weed. People had their jungle juice. People was lit on drugs and all that stuff. Don't condone that. Please, kids, do not do drugs. Do not do any of that. I do not condone that. I'm just saying I am reformed, and I've never, I can tell you, put my hand on the Bible and swear by God, I've never tried weed after that. Not even in a blunt or whatever. Like, I don't even know how to roll. So we're not going to even get into the details of what weed is excuse me, what weed is to me. I'm just so happy that was one of the things, honestly, that was like I could cross off my bucket list. Because people used to always do it, and it was never peer pressure. For me, it was just the thing to do. And when I did it, I was just like, I could see why I like this so much, but I don't like it enough to do it all the time. Yeah, no. So, I'm just like, that was very interesting. Like, thinking about that night, actually, I'm going to cue the video of me walking across the stage so y'all can see how lit I was. Cue the video.
Naya Smith.
As y'all can see, your girl was lit walking across that stage. I'm sorry for all the noises and the screams. That was my sister and my friends that was screaming my name. And I was just, college was just, I'm one of those, I will say, I'm happy I went away to college. My college wasn't really that far from my house. But I'm actually glad I experienced the journey and the experience of going to college. Because when I tell y'all, your girl was lit in college, baby. There's stories that will stay in between those four walls of my dormitory and those four walls of the cafeteria. Because, no. Like, what goes on in Vegas stays in Vegas. What goes on in my college will stay in my college, besides this story. You know? So, that wraps up for today's video, guys. But before I go, you know your girl gotta give a shout out. So, let me get my phone. This shout out, as always, I go to the old videos. And this shout out goes. Boom. This shout out goes to Shades of Awesome. I'm almost positive I said your name right. Shades of Awesome. Shout out to you, sis. Thank you for the constant love and support. I'll see everybody in my next video. Bye, guys.